long, but we are not done just yet. For our statewide You're Not Alone campaign, today we're learning how sickle cell disease affects the lives and minds of those who are diagnosed.
And according to the CDC, over 100,000 people in the United States are living with sickle cell disease. And among some of the many complications that they face are anemia, blood clots, fevers, organ damage, and even vision loss, just to name a few. But I spoke with one Lansing man who's dealt with more complications than he can count, but he captured those negatives and developed them into positives. And here's his story. At 11 years old, most kids are jumping off the monkey bars. They're chasing each other on the playground. But for Blake Matthews, he couldn't get over a virus. It took him weeks to heal.
It feels like sewage with knives in it coursing through your veins, throughout your whole body. That's really what it feels like. It feels like fatigue. It feels kind of like poison.
After his mother encouraged a blood test at the doctor's office, Blake was diagnosed with sickle cell disease. It was the beginning of multiple hospital visits that would flood Blake's middle and high school years.
I can't remember if it was my sophomore year, but sometime during high school I spent anywhere between, I think, 130 days to 150 days in a hospital.
He recalls the sleepless nights and the ways this illness robbed him of his teenage years.
I remember, looking back at my childhood, I remember more of a hospital room than I remember of a school. I know more about needles and pain and medications and floor layouts for hospitals than I do, you know, restaurants in Lansing. I've lived here for almost 13, 14 years now.
He missed out on prom, homecoming, and can count on one hand how many high school sporting events he went to in his 4 years.
I had a friend once, he said, "Oh, I thought you had died. I've been gone for so long."
Physically, the pain was bad, but mentally, it was worse.
Depression was very real. What do you tell a kid when they're in so much pain? They're like, is this life? Like, is this all that will be tomorrow? Will I wake up in pain tomorrow? Will I go to sleep in pain? Will I wake up in the middle of the night because of pain? That was also another mental thing that I think kind of like broke me a little bit more, was you see everyone else living a life and you come out and you're almost taught you have to catch up.
But then he decided to adjust his focus. He picked up a camera.
They would let me use it while I was there in the hospital, and I just kept building, working with the cameras whenever I had an opportunity, and that was definitely a light. Not at the end of the tunnel, but in the tunnel. It was something to do.
Sickle cell prevented Blake from keeping a steady job.
Being in and out the hospital, keeping a job was really hard.
But it didn't prevent him from working hard.
It was suggested to me, well, hey, you have a business, you can work your own hours, at least give it a try.
And on his own hours, he launched Paradiso Production, his photography business where he shoots up to 60 events and clients a year.
It's definitely been a light at the end of the tunnel.
He's been able to shoot weddings, birthday parties, events, businesses. Paradiso Productions has been creating memories and visions for clients, even when he lost his own.
Miracles do happen, but, you know, I definitely feel pain. I definitely lose vision in my right eye. I get painful trying to pick up a camera and putting one down. But I found one reason out of many that has made this a little bit more worth it.
And what also makes it worth it for him is showing others that they don't only have to survive, but they can truly thrive.
Yes, but I have made some promises to my mom. And like I said, I have a younger sister. And that I built my mental resilience off of that. So I have to be there.
He says it's okay to ask for help, but his message for other sickle cell survivors is to practice for when days aren't always picture perfect. Well, Blake definitely has a lens and an eye for the future, and he's done so many great weddings, parties, events. He's even shot my own friend's wedding too as well.
I was in awe of his work. So beautiful.
Absolutely, but he still manages to go to hospitals and talk to children who are living with sickle cell disease as well, to truly let them know that there is life and light at the end of the tunnel.
I love that. Well, amazing story and quite the inspiration. Well, there's still